Welcome, boys and girls, to the first inaugural episode of Resurrected Metal. This is going to be a video blog about motorcycles, building motorcycles, constructing motorcycles, customizing motorcycles, anything motorcycles pretty much. Of course, behind me on the lift right there, that should have been a motorcycle, but as you can see, well, I'll show you around the room, the garage is not quite set up yet. So I'll take you on a tour. I'll show you where things are going to be. We actually won't get into building a motorcycle tonight, but I figured you might want to get to know me a little bit if you're going to be tuning in and checking things out. So let's take a look around. As you can see behind me here, this is the motorcycle lift. Harbor Freight, good deal on that. You're going to need it to work on. Dartboard, very important in the back corner for when you get frustrated and you don't know what to do on the bike, you just do something else. This part over here, now that you see behind me, this is where the workbench is going to be. All this stuff's going to get moved. Like I said, I had planned to have the first episode where we unveil the bike and start working on it, but it didn't work out quite the way I expected. Home Depot was a bit of a pain in the butt. I'm still getting the garage together. So all that this is going to prove is that you don't need to be a professional mechanic with, great facilities to work on bikes. Regular people like you and me, we can take our bikes apart, put them back together. It's really not that hard. With just some basic tools, a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of help, which there's plenty of on the internet, I can attest to that. And you can really do whatever you want. You don't have to be afraid of it. So I'm going to, through this whole video series, I'm going to take you through things like that. You'll see me get things right. You'll see me mess things up, I'm sure, plenty of times. But, the important part is we have fun, we build a bike, and hopefully at the end we've got something that you want to ride. Let's see, over here behind me we're going to put some more shelves up because we've got to get all that crap off the floor. And this will eventually be a decent looking motorcycle workshop. But at the moment I know it's not. So I can take you outside, I'll show you where the bike is. Come follow me. Now some of you that have already checked out the pages on this blog already, you've seen some pictures of the bike when I brought it home. It's a Suzuki Bandit 400. You don't see a lot of them around. I think they're kind of rare, but it's a bike that I fell in love with. But I'll get more into that story when we actually get the bike in and start taking it apart. Right there, under the cover. There it is. Nice, pretty bike. Nothing but a cover. So, again, that should have been inside on the lift tonight, and I apologize that it's not, but hey, you get to know me a little bit in the meantime. So why don't I give you a little bit of backstory here, okay? If you guys have ever heard of Gary Vaynerchuk, he's kind of been my inspiration and my motivation to do this. He really encouraged me to follow my passion. A lot of people have before, but watching him follow his, I knew that I could do it. So that's why I put this together. Motorcycles are a passion of mine. And if you're going to spend a lot of time doing something, you might as well enjoy it. So what this is about really is taking motorcycles to a different level. The bikes that we buy in the showroom, they're all nice and shiny and pretty. Bikes that you see on TV, on custom chopper shows, they're great. They spend a lot of money on them, they put parts on them. But do you really want to ride it after you spend all that money? Or, do you really enjoy it if you bought something out of a showroom that they had 20 of sitting there? Is it personal? Does it speak to you? That's always a problem that I had with things. So what I wanted to do was, and what I like to do, I've done it several times in the past with some other projects, there were some other pictures up on my site too, is to take a bike and really make it your own. Just make it something that nobody else has. Even from, bolting on some aftermarket parts to changing the paint or changing the handlebars, just doing something to it that when somebody sees that bike, they know it's yours, and or they look at it and say, I've never seen that before. What the hell is that? So I kind of like that reaction a little bit. Some people look at it and go, ugh, what is that? How could you desecrate a Ducati like that? I say, hey, it's your bike. Do whatever floats your boat, So that's what this is going to be about. I like to call it the neo-vintage. Okay, there are a lot of guys that specialize in real old bikes and restoring them and making them, making them work like new. There are a lot of people that customize new bikes. I like something in the middle. I'm gonna take bikes that a lot of us grew up with, bikes from the 80s and 90s, that maybe they're sitting in somebody's backyard or in a garage or even in a junkyard, and show you that we can take those bikes and resurrect them, bring them back to life, and really just, bring it back. Yeah, that's it. I don't know how else to say that. That's why I went with Resurrected Metal. Anyway, but I don't know where I was going with this. As you can see, there's not going to be any cutting or any editing. I'm just going to ramble. And you feel free to comment me, email me, text me, resurrectedmetal.com, joetessator@gmail.com. You can also look me up on Facebook, facebook.com/joetess or /resurrectedmetal if that's our fan page if you want to get on there and make us a fan. Also on Twitter, joetessator. So yeah, join us and watch the progress of this whole thing. And if you see something that you like and you want to comment on it, great. If you see something that looks stupid and you say, hey, what the hell are you doing? Or I could do that better, even better. Tell us about it. Tell me what you think. My door is open. If you want to come and help me build a bike or help work on your bike, come on down. I mean, this isn't about building bikes for rich people that aren't going to ride them. This is about regular people like you and me, just doing what we love, working on motorcycles, making something fun to ride. It's also, I'm not going to be building anorexic supermodel race bikes. That's not my thing either. At the same time, not so much fancy raked out choppers. What I like are bikes for the urban jungle. Okay, bikes that are meant to go over potholes, bikes that are meant to get dirty, not garage queens. All right, I like bikes that look a little grungy. You're not afraid to get scratches on them, put bungee cords on them. Bikes we're gonna use because if you're a real biker, if you're a real motorcyclist, you ride your bike. You like to get on the open road and have some fun. So that's what it's all about. You don't want to spend more time cleaning it than you do riding it. So I say, make the bike work, make it fit you to a T, fit your personality as well as your body size, which for me is kind of small and light. So sometimes we need to adjust the springs and ride height and that sort of thing. But make it something that fits you and something that you can use every day. Especially if you're here in the streets of LA where it's the only way to get around. Believe me, you need a motorcycle. So yeah, that's about it. I'm going to get to work on this garage tonight. So by the next episode tomorrow, you should see the bike in the lift. You should see some shelves up, some of this junk cleaned up off the floor. We're going to have a lot of fun on this journey. And like I said, by all means, get in contact with me. resurrectedmetal.com, joetessator@gmail. Look me up on Facebook and Twitter. And let's have some fun, all right? Guys, thank you for your time. This is going to be a short one tonight, but I promise you we'll get some more in there tomorrow. And we'll get to wrenching on this bike and see what we can do. Thanks for watching.